How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of On Deck Baseball. I'm your host, Evan Mendoza. In today's episode, we're going to be covering my hobbies, so things that I like to do off of the baseball field. So let's get started. So one of the first things about me that probably shocks a couple of people when they first get to know me is that I'm a very creative person. I like to use my mind, and I like to be creative and basically create whatever I think. So I think I have a very creative mind, and I like to use it on a number of projects that I like to do outside of the baseball field. Some are on the baseball field as well. Ever since a young age, I remember I had a camera similar to the one that I'm using right now. I would take it everywhere. I would take pictures of cars nonstop. I was very annoying with my family and was constantly taking pictures. But looking back at it, it was actually really awesome because then past Christmas, I found all those pictures again. They resurfaced on an old computer and we went through them all. And this was a good 4 or 5 years of photos that we didn't really know we had. So I'm really happy that I took all those pictures, but ever since a young age, what I'm getting at is that I love taking pictures, I love photography, I love videography, and I just love having creativity in a picture format, you know? I love doing time-lapse photography, portraits, landscapes, really anything. I love taking pictures of my brother while he was playing baseball, of him pitching or swinging, and it was a fun hobby. So now, since you guys know about my creative photography side, graphic design was something that I actually always had an interest in creating new logos, using Photoshop, just being creative and creating cool things on the computer. So this started when I was fairly young, and I learned about kind of Microsoft Paint and like the small stuff that I had even in like elementary and middle school, way back in the day. But basically, graphic design is something that I studied in college. When I went to college, I studied graphic design. I had a few classes of that. And we went over like isometric drawings, three-dimensional drawings, perspectives, stuff like that. And then we also, in one of these classes I very vividly remember, is just doing like artwork, hand-drawn artwork. And it was really fun. We had an old school professor that he loved baseball, so him and I got along very well. But that was one of my favorite classes because I could just be creative and do some artwork and sketch whatever I want, and basically that was for the class. So this was one of my favorite classes that I had in college because it just related to me so much. After college, and once I got drafted into pro ball, I remember seeing a lot of cleat customizers on Instagram, on Twitter, and all the social media platforms. And I really wanted to get involved with that. But it turned out in about 2012 is when I started getting involved with cleat customization myself in high school. This was my sophomore year. I was inspired by Adam Jones. He had some crazy zebra print cleats at the time when he was with Swingman and when he was with the Baltimore Orioles. Basically, he made me have a passion for not only cleats, but shoes as well. This made me have a great relationship with Stadium Custom Kick. Basically, what I do to help them out is do digital mock-ups of cleats before the cleat is actually painted. So this is a really cool thing that I got involved with in probably 2017, 2018, and this was really fun. Then I was just working on a bunch of other cleats by a bunch of big leaguers that were willing to work with me and buy my designs. I think that's one of the coolest things with Stadium that I do with them is we sell products before they're actually painted to the masses. So basically, you watching at home right now can go to stadiumcustomkicks.com and see some of the artwork and designs that I've created through Photoshop, and I think it's really, really awesome. So go check them out if you guys want. So as you can guess, my creativity doesn't just extend through photography and cleat design. I love doing artwork as well, whether that's sketch work or paintings. Right now during quarantine, the family that I live with, we've been doing a little project in one of their garages. It's called Pendulum Art Painting. And I'll put a link in the description for my eBay account. But basically, some of the artwork that we do right now is really, really cool. It's basically hanging a string from the ceiling and attaching a weight and putting some paint in a water bottle and letting it drip. And it's probably one of the coolest things when the product is actually finished. We've been painting on canvases and it looks awesome. The final one that we've done is really cool, and I think we're going to add a special touch that's going to make it really unique. So those are all my creativity hobbies that I like to do and occupy my mind during sometimes a stressful baseball season or a long bus ride. But things I like to do when I have a lot of free time and I like to chill and relax is, one is I love sitting by the pool and just getting some sun, but I also love fishing, which is the craziest thing to say because about a month ago I never had caught a fish before and I didn't really enjoy fishing that much. Now I really enjoy it because you get to be out by the water, which I love the water. I have to be close by all the time. You get to be out in the sun, hopefully. Here in Florida, it's hopefully really nice and sunny. But yeah, it's weird because about a month and a half ago, I never caught a fish before, and now I really enjoy doing it. It's one of my hobbies that I really enjoy. It's very relaxing and peaceful. Another hobby that I have is something that I actually don't own, which sounds really weird, but drones. I think drones are the coolest thing. It's kind of a mix between photography and a passion of mine as a kid, which was remote control planes. I loved remote control planes and helicopters so much as a kid. I remember doing simulators before one of my lessons. By far the most fun thing ever is doing these simulators on the computer, and I loved flying these helicopters, these remote control planes all the time. I remember driving from Sarasota up to Tampa. There was a remote control airport where basically you go and fly your remote control planes, and every single time we passed by I would stare out the window looking for these airplanes, which are so cool. I think I had them as a kid. Now I don't have any, but right now the industry is getting blown up by drones, and it is probably the coolest thing that I will definitely be investing in and buying myself a drone shortly. Another thing that I really enjoy doing is something that I have to do just about every day is to cook. Yeah, I know. If you're young, you're probably like, why does he like to cook? That's weird. Like, no. I really enjoy it because you can use your creativity in the kitchen as well. I think it's really cool. Growing up, my mom used to make some of the best food, but I think it's more fun to expand and try new foods. And it's more fun to even try them at home and make them yourself. Looking up a cool recipe and trying something that you've never tried before in the kitchen is probably one of the most fun things to do. Quite recently, you can probably see in one of my recent posts, I did a lava cake, and that was just by looking on TikTok. Who would have guessed it, right? Looking at TikTok and seeing a recipe of this molten lava cake, chocolate lava cake, and it looked amazing, so I had to try it. And now I'm like a professional lava cake baker. It's the best thing that I probably make, and it's really delicious too. And this takes me to my last thing that I really enjoy doing is to play video games. Yes, I know, yeah. We play video games too, pro athletes do too. This really grew in college and early on in pro ball. I like playing Fortnite with my buddies, especially when Fortnite was really blowing up and exploding and new on the scene. Yeah, I still enjoy playing video games to this day. Fortnite, Call of Duty, 2K, MLB The Show, Rocket League, all those are a lot of fun. My brother and I like to play video games. He's a big gamer as well, and I'll usually hop on with him and some of his friends for an hour or two a day. And recently I've been streaming on Twitch, so if you haven't already, check that out. I might link that in the bio as well, or in the description as well. But yeah, those are some of the hobbies I like to enjoy outside of the baseball field. I think it's important to realize that we are humans too. Like pro athletes, baseball players, basketball players, football players, they're allowed to enjoy things outside of their game, their profession. So I think it's just it's an important lesson to realize like we have passions, we have hobbies outside of the game of baseball. So this is what this episode was kind of tailored for, is to give an inside look on my life and things that I enjoy doing outside of the baseball field. That wraps up today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like, share this channel, this video to some friends that might be interested. I've been twitching a lot, so that means I've been playing with you guys. Yes, you guys on Fortnite, whatever game that you guys like. But yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be giving you a bunch of great baseball content. And I am a current baseball player with the St. Louis Cardinals, so I think it would be incredibly valuable for you guys to learn some baseball information, some knowledge from a current pro. Alright guys, thanks for watching.